you have to think that they're looking to do a lot of damage here on the first half of this map.
Well, as you can see, we've got some DRX fans still here in the building, but will they lock in that semi-final spot for tomorrow, or will it be FUT? It is time for our last best of one of the day. Guys, lead us through it and take us home.
All right, on the attack now. Again, very much going to be zooming in on Foxy9 quite often, I would think, coming into this game, because Ray's performances that we've seen from him have been up and down throughout the season. That Trailblazer spotting quite a bit. Buzz actually getting slowed down as he dashes forward, but looking for the pinch. CNED making his way up top, but the shot's not being found. Flashback with the covering fire, managing to take him down. Foxy9 gets himself a second elimination as Cracks will fall in. Ooh. Getting himself a second elimination, but now Mako wants to get involved. Scoops up the kill. And it's Jake, the star player from their opening series, to try to get a 1v3. Flashback low on HP, Stacks. Have to come through, but it's going to be Flashback again. It comes up with the kill, wrapping around the backside, gets the flank, and DRX will pick up their first pistol of the tournament.
There you go. A good way to start here for DRX. Able to kind of 5-stack over on A and just make their way through, even though they get checked early by utility. It's only by a Hawk, so you don't get a ton of info off of how many contacts the Hawk makes when it lands. And yeah, you're right. This is a shift here from DRX. Talked about their double duelist comp. Well, the last time they played in the 10 Valorant event, it was Buzz on the Raze, not Foxy9. So they're swapping between those two duelists, but both very capable on the agents. And I'm kind of curious if they're just, seeing which combo works better, trying to figure out if we do run the double duelist, how do we want to? Who is going to be the better option overall? Swapping between these two, because they're both very capable. They're both very, very good, especially a Jet. Like, both of them I think of as very, very good Jets.
Oh, for sure.
So certainly the Raze is, I think, the one that's a little bit more in question.
Curious if this doesn't mean that, that's like, okay, well, I'll have to hold that thought. It's Buzz able to find CNED, picking him down, jumping forward. Can't quite chase in fast enough to take out UJ, but to take him down low. 36 HP remaining on him. I'm curious to see if we see Foxy9 go for the Raze operator once they get over onto the defending side, or if Buzz will still stick to it.
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that as well. I think generally I slightly favor Foxy9 with an operator, usually, but hard to say with the Jet.
Out of Captain showing a bit of shoulder there for a brief little moment. It seems like widely, FUT just going to be making the call. Go for the stall, wait for the spike to explode, let them exit. Don't bother trying to really find these exit frags and these little taps that Mr. Fallen's sending out. Unfortunately, they will just have to let the 5 players of DRX get themselves a flawless second round win.
I didn't really get a chance to talk about this at the beginning of the round, but look what Stacks did in this round with his buy. Only bought a Sheriff and is going to just see if he can find any value out of the end of it. Of course, like you mentioned earlier, everyone wants to spike. But I'm really curious to see how DRX is going to shuffle this buy around. It's going to be a Guardian for Mako. Stacks continuing to bank money. So what does this mean here for DRX? Are they going to be considering an offensive Odin or operator or something with this much money being banked up? As Stacks just like, everybody's been really good with the Sheriff today. It's all I need to win.
He's just going to buy a Guardian.
Okay, there it is. Okay.
I mean, even still, though. Cash abounds here for the side of DRX. It's still not even opting to go for something a little bit heavier like that Vandal or that Phantom. Trapwire setup is here on A. Camera situated in heaven. A little bit of noise made as CNED find that first blood. Buzz this time. Not able to get the better of him.
Trying to see if they can catch him a little off guard. Foxy expecting the reposition. Pre-fired it, but just a little bit behind it. I should say blind fired it.
Looks like he's just maybe and trying to anticipate if somebody's going to be pushing through that smoke, get tucked alongside the box.
Yep.
Looks like no one on FUT wanting to be so bold. For now, this will very much slow down the action.
When the Cypher Cam's not on the back part of the wall, a lot of times you'll see teams stick a Cypher Cam maybe at the far back side of the wall, but it's actually right around the corner. I think DRX is really trying to figure out some of these Cypher setups.
Okay. Flash goes in. Cam. Oh, think it's actually destroyed quite just yet. I mean, Foxy9's completely and utterly paranoid out. Jay able to find the kill. Flashback, however, shutting down CNET as he looks to regress back in towards Heaven.
30 seconds.
He's going to be caught without the weapon in hand. Ends up falling down. Drop down into the vent. Keeps himself safe. Stacks swinging the corner. Up over top of the box, managing to get the headshot. And it seems like they're going to favor their chances trying to go against Adacaptain. They know that he's fairly low, but it does not matter. 2 quick headshots with the Phantom. And Adacaptain will go ahead and get FUT on the board.
I think DRX here just trying to see if they can take their time on their bonus, see if they can get a little bit more info on the setups on how exactly Yedijay wants to place his utility. See if they can take advantage of it. But a good job here by FUT of being really cagey, being really dodgy with their setups, with where they're moving to. Never really fell for much of what DRX was doing. A couple pretty nasty shots here and there. Gave DRX a couple kills, but overall really well handled there by FUT. Flash, gonna find Mako. Mako just looking towards the edge here. But the other 4 members on the other side of the map, and Mako is gonna be on lurk duty this particular round as DRX mostly making their way towards A, but potentially maybe a fake of some kind, because I see Stacks with the spike going back towards mid. Looks like they might try to really sell out a big hit here over towards the A site, and then maybe try to crunch through ropes or something like that. We'll see what Stacks wants to do. Yeah.
Trailblazer got cleared out. Just sent a flash through over towards vent. Came up right over the top of the doorway here. CNET going for the jump peaks, but no one peeking him. Just send out the boom bot, which gets cleared. Knows that somebody's going to be on that close right side. Some decent info gain. Made out the jump forward. Adacaptain once again creeping his way up the rope. The tag comes in. Flashback trying to get himself out to safety. Draws out the weapon, but no, Adacaptain gets on top and finds the elimination. Jay going to be taken down in the meantime as Buzz finds the kill. Blastback just for a tiny little bit of damage. As Adacaptain is full swung all the way back around through main. Gets the headshot. Stacks gets off the plant. And just to find the elimination. It's Mr. Fallen going to be TPing forward. Boombot not going to find much, but somehow Foxy9 redraws back down. Cracks finds himself now in a 1v2 that Stacks will win. 3 kills from the IGL and 3 rounds for DRX.
Yeah, really taking their time in this round as DRX. Stacks really trying
so many interruptions.
Yeah, I know. It was. It's just kind of like
flinching.
No. It was interesting to watch Stacks on that one because he's like checking mid. He's sending his utility in towards ropes. Gets a confirmation. He's like, no, I'm going to go all the way back around. Do my thing again. And then come through, but that's going to set the economy sideways for FUT. Just a Bulldog and some Sheriffs. Another thing I find really interesting that I've been noticing with DRX in this offseason is they're playing with a lot more Vandals than I'm used to. They used to be pretty Phantom heavy.
Yeah, he's fallen. Taking out Buzz. That's one of those Vandals gone. It's a nasty bit of damage taken as well. Well, cracked on the opposite side of the map.
Oh, look at
Don't
that.
find too much healing here as Foxy9 almost has him lined up. And still comes away with 2 before getting traded. Things evened up, but none of these weapons in an obtainable position here. They're just breaking the noise. Absolutely cutting it. Rotation around though. Flashback may be about to get caught, but given the HP advantage as well as the weapon advantage, comes up with the kill. Seeker's now going to be let loose from Stacks. And they're going to go ahead and tell him everything that he wants to see, which is that the site is completely open.
And now that Bulldog potentially recoverable, but on the ground, Seekers are going to reveal their locations. Now look at Flashback. He's going to try to get behind him. He's going to try to take advantage of this, seeing if maybe they might go for it. He's going to hear that drop down.
Here's the footsteps. Oh, weapon taken, but doesn't want to go for the challenge. Re-swing out there from Cracks, trying to go on the chase. In the meantime, the spike has been ticking away. Mako now sending out the paranoia. They try to buy themselves a little bit more time. Double flashes available here for Stacks. The drop down in. Adacaptain now on the floor. Match just, Stacks just taking some blind spray through that smoke. The push in though, he just drags it across, finds the kill. And Mako will be good for the finisher. The 4-1 DRX showing a hell of a lot of strength here on this attack half.
Yeah, good awareness as well. Identifying the position of that Bulldog. Able to use Flashback really effectively. I mean, Flashback really, really good, especially at kind of finding those timings to hit the flanks or cover the flanks. He seems to have a pretty good knack for that as that Viper player. And that's something that he's been really, from the pistol round to now to here into this round, really able to keep FUT in check so far. But this is a very impressive start here for DRX. Again, especially going up against a Cypher can be tricky sometimes. If you're kind of not able to really keep track of that utility.
Oh.
It's Foxy.
Sends out the rocket. Cracks can't get away from it. Was trying to split off to the left, but Explosion still takes him down. Very early kill spotted here as Mako. Wary about some pushes out of this pit. It's just a couple seconds away from actually greeting them, but I think the death of Mr. Fallen is now drawing the attention away here. We got a JN out of captain. Spike planted, Mako still on the lurk. The pit going to be dropping. There it goes. So they both just keep their eyes peeled, flash into the back. Stax should feel pretty confident that they're not going to be approaching from the attacker spawn now. In fact, it's just going to be a drift down the ramp. Stax very swiftly deals with him. Captain there. Stax just resetting that aim just enough to be able to find him. CNED should just have to hightail it and get out.
I mean, just really good stuff here from DRX with both Ada Captain and Yetuje sitting inside of that Viper's pit early. Mako just making sure that no one's going to push outside of it. You're able to really, if you can isolate a couple kills, which they do onto that A site, using that showstopper very effectively, maybe in an unanticipated spot. Maybe you expect them to try to break the Viper's pit, with that showstopper or something like that. Instead, they're just going to catch a player out in the open. Yep. Stax looking really good, really crisp here today.
All right, Stax is he's looking a bit. This is OG.
This is beast mode.
Yeah, very much prime Stax from many ages ago when he was a carry IGL. When he was that carry initiator playing that breach. But tactical timeout going to be called here by FUT, and I don't think you can fault them. 5-1, not the sort of deficit that you want to be finding yourselves in, especially when you're starting on the defending side and you have that Cypher.
Right, exactly, Achilles. And now you've got a weak buy coming in here, most likely for FUT. It looks like they're going to have to invest into Sheriffs and a Vandal, I believe, for CNED. So you got to find a way to see if you can squeak some value out of this, because the coffers are full for DRX. They are entering Scrooge McDuck status here with the money bins, and only one away from a Viper's Pit for Flashback, a couple away from a Bladestorm for Buzz. Not that that's as impactful in a lot of ways, but potentially we'll see. But it's going to take maybe some trickery. Maybe they're going to try to contest A main a little bit more here. That's been a spot that DRX has been pretty effective at breaking open. Foxy9 has been good at that. Stax has been, oh my god, Stax 7-1. But I just looked at Mako's scoreline, 2-1-2, 6 rounds in. He's only died once.
Yep.
He's just been kind of watching while the rest of his team is.
He's been hanging around while Stax just kills everybody.
Yeah. It's got to feel nice as Mako.
Pressure off his back.
Right. He doesn't need to clutch like crazy all the time.
Seen that really wait until the very last second to take out that boom bot, but is going to be cleared, doesn't take any damage. So the one hero rifle carried in. Likely suspecting, all right, well, I can buy into this round. I won't really be able to buy anything unless we win the round in the next one, but then I might have a showstopper.
Exactly.
So
I was literally like,
rip a gun out of somebody's hands.
I was like, he's going to be close to a showstopper one way or another. Most likely.
Shadows traveling.
As the clouds run out, and Stax just doing some diligence. And, it's really interesting. Space completely given up here by FUT. We're going to play a little bit back as DRX hasn't really messed with trying to take space. It doesn't matter when you're hitting shots like that.
Well, I guess Mako decided to get involved a little bit more. They need to clear out the back sight. Dash flash forward here. Buzz catch the full blind, but now it's pushing up. Cracks with a nice shot. Does find Mako. Takes him down, but again, weapon's not going to be able to be grabbed. The sight taken here as Stax brings the spike forward and gets ready to plant it.
Left.
Foxy9 holding just under heaven here at the rope. Flashback ready for the backstab. Swinging in, catches one. Oh, Yetuje dead. The duo in heaven now absolutely dealt with. Wow. Fantastic team effort here from the side of DRX as they do not allow for the round win to come in off the back of the timeout.
That's phenomenal coordination. You can see that, you know, if the things that DRX does well, a lot of the post plants and crossfires, if they're given the time and opportunity to set them up and you don't necessarily have a good read on them or don't have the time to kind of think about them or plan for them, and they're really efficient at shutting it out. And again, I'm so impressed with Flashback's kind of natural senses for lurking on the back of these lines, finding the right timings, reading where his opponents could be, being ready. You know, crosshair placement really, really good there. That's what you want to see out of a young player like that who's got really good instincts.
And I think he was able to impress a lot of people, myself included, at the 10 Invitational. Because, again, initially, it started off pretty rocky, and it's like, oh, God, DRX, what are you doing? You know? You're off the coop again. You know? You're doing some weird stuff. But then...
Ken's always on the coop. I don't know what you're talking about.
After he gets that first game out of his way, shakes off those nerves, we started seeing that form coming through, and he was one of the best performing players on DRX at that tournament. And now he's looking to just maintain that. I mean, Stax is giving him a run for his money right now, but Flashback has been so consistent here today.
Yeah, no. I mean, really, truly been impressed. And that's the thing. Like, you know, one game, you shouldn't take a ton of stock in it, especially potentially in the offseason. As Buzz gets spotted there by the Cypher utility, going to be shut down right away. Add a captain following up with another.
And that's going to be the duelists taken out of the fray. As they get the neural theft. Spawning where they're going to be going. Smoke comes out. Paint shell. Lobbed in. Mako trying to get out in front of it, but pushes just a little too far forward. CNET able to find the headshot. Now he himself inching forward, but Flashback sprays away, managing to find the kill, but that is just one elimination. And 2v4 here from Stax and Flashback. Time dwindling. Push onto the corner. Add a captain. Managing to stay alive. Can't turn on towards Cracks. Fast enough, but Stax comes up with two tries to make it down to get the plant in and have a chance at the clutch, but Mr. Fallen chasing just a bit too close behind.
Yeah, and this is obviously the round more so that you're kind of looking for as FUT after that timeout to get the win. And this time around, they're a little bit more prepared for DRX's kind of maneuverings towards A, and you know, able to find a great timing, a great placement with the utility, with the Cypher utility, to catch Buzz, get the easy kill, add a captain there for the follow-up, force them into bad spots, and then you've got Yedajay way out deep into attacker spawn, getting all the information in the world, so they know exactly where they are. They're able to surround them, and sure, Stax is nuts today. He's hitting some great shots, but it's a 4v2 like that, and you've got him completely surrounded. It's going to take just a once-in-a-lifetime play potentially to really shut that down. So
yeah,
really nicely handled there by FUT.
Well, they get themselves that second win. They stop the streak. Buzz, just given how some of these entries have gone for him here, probably dreading the new patch.
Going up.
So that Cypher has been a very big pain in the rear.
Yeah, it's a little bit less fun to play against Cyphers, that's for sure.
Oh, changing up the setup. He moved the camera 5 feet to the right.
Yeah. Well, now they have to look just a little bit in another direction. But
Seekers go out.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Seekers out. Just kind of Stax just trying to kind of divert attention, keep people planted.
Didn't hit him. Knife committed to clearing out the damn camera. He's waiting just on the other side of the screen. Yedajay does get a timing on the Foxy 9, and CNET sends in the rocket to shut down Buzz. Mako looking towards heaven, shut down.
30 seconds
That captain was lurking in the back of sight. Flashback and Stax in a 2v3. Cracks the corner. Unable to find the kill. CNET swinging in from behind. Cracks, however, going to be able to find the kill. 15 seconds. Flash doesn't connect. The spike stranded in the middle of the site. There's the jump peek out from CNET. Taps it. Says, wait, no, I need to make sure that I have my gun out.
No time.
Yep, doesn't have time. He's just trying to bait it forward. But Cracks will be able to back away, stop the round win from going over to DRX. FUT, they scrape by, but they manage to get themselves a second round win in a row.
I think you should just let Stax take point. He looks pretty crisp right now.
Yeah, let's see the Stax jet.
Yeah, exactly. You're just swap chairs with Buzz for a minute.
Let's see Paul Allen's jet. 11-2-2. I mean, some very solid figures still being put up, but a decent run back here from the side of FUT. I mean, there's a chance here to recover. Bank still very strong is the problem. DRX have amassed a ton of cash.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, DRX can kind of play with their food a little bit. They're continuing to keep pressure towards A. Tried to fool them a little bit in the previous round of Stacks using those Seekers. You know, sometimes teams will use some of that Sky utility to indicate that they're making a run at a site. And Stacks tried to convince FUT that that was the case. They don't budge enough. And Captain going to try to double peek. They see Foxy.
Swinging out, and they're going to be able to come out on top of that one. Buzz and Foxy9 yet again. That's taken down first and foremost. It's looking like FUT should be able to get themselves up to 4.
And that's that FUT coordination that I was seeing against 100 Thieves that I was really liking. These kind of 1-2 punches where they're so quick to work with each other. They're so well timed, so well drilled that they're able to really just do serious damage to their opponents. And that right there was a beautiful example, and now the judge awaits.
Surely Mr. Fallen finds value on this one, and he will. Little away at, but still going to be feeling pretty damn good about his options here. But Mako,
goodness,
doing Mako things. Finds 2 seated. Mr. Fallen, both going to be taken down. Stacks now jumping down off the top of the box. Mako arrives.
Ace clutch.
Managing to find it. He's going to be TPing to A. But UDJ, he's still right here.
He doesn't see it.
He's right out in the open, and UDJ takes him down. The long lurk that's just lingering around the A site pays off dividends. FUT now get themselves up to 4.
Beautiful awareness here by FUT, by UDJ, to not leave that site, recognizing that Mako still had his ult, and they knew they had to hedge their bets. You know, Mako gets this kill, okay, fine. We've got 1 on each site, so no matter where he goes, it's going to be difficult for him. We're going to make it that much harder. And Mako tries to do Mako things, and he came darn close, but it's just so well read by FUT.
Still a full buy. But a streak of their own now started here for FUT. 3 rounds consecutive. Can they make it up to 4? Cover going out. 7-5. I mean, hell, even an 8-4 scoreline. You feel decent about that one. FUT would love to make the 6-6. CNED dead off the rip. Paranoia connects here on him with the ball on the dashboard. Even with the judge, gets some good damage across on Foxy9, but he does manage to come up with a second kill. Cracks taken down. Paint shells to delay the alley approach. The spike now planted by Stacks. Maybe they'd give it to Foxy. Say, hey, here's a showstopper. Gun barrel spotted. Just jiggling on that corner. Captain creeps his way across. Mako waiting in the wings. Smoke at the ready. Knows that he's up close. Finds one. UDJ now out in front of the smoke. And Foxy9 gets himself a 4K to stop FUT in their tracks. DRX now up to 7.
Yeah, it just really good follow-up here from Foxy9. Just kind of pressing space. Buzz going to clear the crosshairs there. The Paranoia as well. Going to give the first one easily over to Foxy9. To spot the barrel of Captain, take him down, and immediately ready for the repeat. Stacks there, doing a good job kind of playing a little bit of bait, buying or eating some of that utility, buying a little bit of time for Foxy to finish off that 4K. He's got a showstopper flashback, has the pit. 2 away from a pit for Captain. UDJ and Cracks 1 away from their ults, but really, really big ults in the hand of DRX here, so great cycling for DRX, and here we go.
Showstopper's out, just full blind. Looking for a target, sends it, not going to find the elimination. CNED managing to get away, takes a decent amount of damage though. Mr. Fallen going to be able to trade one back. 2 HP remaining here for Buzz. Mako catches Cracks up on top of the rafters. Push around the corner, Stacks finishes the job. The Ray's now gone. It's going to be a 4v2 as the healing comes across, and Buzz, I think it's a nice little TLC. Bring him back to life. Flashback dead on the hunt on that flank. UDJ putting that Bulldog to fantastic use. Finds himself a second, and now brings it into a 2v2. They have the neural tap. Buzz swinging out, Stacks 29 HP. Gets one, cannot get the other. UDJ will be the last man standing in the half as he gets to the fuse and brings FUT back up 5-7.
Oh, show me those UDJ highlights. That was some work there with that Cypher. He saved that round, and then immediately popping that neural theft. He was 1 away from it at the beginning of that round. Then he's able to isolate and identify. I mean, good tricky play here. A ton of damage done to DRX on the way in. Buzz down to 2 health. They're able to heal through some of that. I'm not sure if that flash from Stacks is what caught Buzz there. Whoopsie daisies, but either way, they were under a lot of pressure. That was going to be tricky, and UDJ there puts his ult to great use to shut Mako out and able to come through and finish the job. So big win there at the end for FUT as they shift over to their attacker side. But DRX, I'd say, you got to be feeling pretty good after a 7-5 half on your attacker side, going up against a Cypher comp, going up against this, you know, very strong FUT comp.
Sure. It does feel good to, you know, come out on top, getting away from the Cypher, having them shift over now onto the attack, but it can all come tumbling down very quickly, especially if DRX drop another pistol round here.
I don't think we ever saw an op, did we?
I don't believe so.
Well, CNET's only 4-11.
I don't think we got an op at any point in that one. Team's just straying away from it. I think DRX, like, fairly likely to show us one in this next half. Just wait and see, though, as the coaches take their last few seconds to discuss with the team, trying to lay out a solid game plan going into this next half.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's likely that DRX will try to get into an op sooner or later. I'm really interested to see if DRX can get another pistol win. If they get another pistol win, then, you know, you got to feel really good about their chances. They lost both of them the last time, still ended up winning, but
yeah,
you know, here against a team of FUT's caliber, really tricky affair to get this done. Really some great stat lines for a lot of these players. UTJ 9 and 7 and 4 on that Cypher. So now on the attacker side, though, a lot more difficult to find that value. You're a little bit more of just kind of a gunner.
To be that much more creative.
Yes.
As far as gunning is concerned, we know that UTJ is right up there in this lobby. This Foxy9 just peeking on the corner. Spots at least one.
Here.
The gunfire, they're very curious and wary, but somebody moving up behind the box.
And the
Smoke. Come down.
Caught one.
It's important.
My camera is.
I was gonna talk about the Cypher setup a little bit, but he's pulling it back, so
Cage triggered.
didn't matter anyway.
Sends out the cage. Rotate around. FUT. Amassing their forces now outside of A. Looks like UTJ still wants to go on a bit of a linger over in mid as that flash gets a decent connection.
A little bit of damage onto Attic Captain. Flashback here to try to reinforce, play off this wall.
Running out of toxin though.
Oh, what a dodge.
Sheets back on the opposite side of the wall. Paranoia and the bite both going to be thrown his way. Buzz now dropping down, is spotted, still managing to get the elimination on Mr. Fall and gets himself a second, in fact. UTJ comes in with a backstab, takes him out, cracks in the meantime, did finish off Buzz. Now the rotation's coming through as they work their way over towards B side, but Mako is still here. Just a classic for him to work with. He's up against Ghosts, and it looks like for now he wants to hide his presence. Ooh, the close angle, but Foxy instantly dealt with UTJ. A fantastic reaction. And the plant, it's not for Mako. So he couldn't swing out and interrupt it. He does still manage, however, to find himself a kill.
Still flash, still Paranoia.
Last player standing.
Stack's not ready for CNET down below. Like the pistol, almost certainly going the way of FUT. 20 HP with the classic in hand. Yep, CNET not going to be allowing it. 6-7, FUT just one round away from tying things up.
UTJ here with some great senses, been giving some credit to Flashback on DRX's side. Well, UTJ this round here finds a great timing to get in the backside here, able to dodge that nade and anticipates the repeat from Foxy9. Knows its aggressive nature. It's one of the things about Foxy9 that kind of makes him really good and can kind of cause you to have some headaches with him, is he does get a little over aggressive sometimes. And UTJ very aware of that tendency. Holds the angle, shuts it down. You know, he's 11 and 8, having a really solid map. Couple Bulldogs. CNET there, gonna grab the Vandal, see if he can start adding to the scoreboard himself. And meanwhile, it is the full classics for DRX.
CNET finding one. They're rushing forward, looking for him. Stacks will be able to claim the kill, but Atticaptain going to be taken down. And UTJ, who had not bought a weapon, says thank you very much. Picks that up from his fallen comrade. Now has a Vandal. It's Foxy9 trying to go on a bit of a walkabout over towards Ramen. Not ready for cracks.
And immediately going the other way is FUT. Gonna try to make the B hit happen, try to dodge the remaining members of DRX, and they will do so successfully. So plant should come down. A couple pistols gonna be in hand, so DRX we're gonna die one way or another. this round for sure, but long way to go. And also a trap wire just got tripped completely on the other side of the map by Flashback. So
He knows that they're not too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go pay attention to the garage here.
Yeah.
Because they need to get into the garage if they want to die to the spike. Oh, Mako hits the dink, actually, but out of captain with a one tap will finish him off at range with a Bulldog. 7-7, tied up as we go into the bonus.
Yeah, and this is really great start for FUT. Starting to show that they are pretty strong on their attacker side as well. See if they can continue, and there's the old classic video of Stax getting ready to...
Wanting to punch the monitor.
Yeah, just...
He had the restraint.
He did end up restraining himself. Quite a feat. Stax has a lot of emotion.
It's a very emotive player.
Yes.
Mako considering a cheeky peek, but says back away. Flashback now. Ooh. Gonna get absolutely blown to pieces. The help of the pain shells plus the Bulldog fire, he is gone. That's so much control taken away here from DRX. The on-off toggle of the Viper wall very much hurts them.
Now you're full rotating over. Just Stacks right now, really available to deal with this, and only one flash to boot. Gonna get the flash, but he's not ready.
Gets in front of it. Now he's just trying to hold his ground. Does manage to take him out, but he needs to do so much more. Buzz now arriving, manages to find one, and Stacks can't drag his crosshair across in time. Ends up getting taken down. It's 2v3.
Spike planted.
The potential is there, but FUT very much entrenched on the site. Smoke dissipating, but another one placed.
Cover going out.
Mako looking to try to set up for this one. Sends it over towards elbow, trying to clear things out. Out of captain swings, as does Mr. Fallen. They find the kills. They find the lead for the first time in the map. 8-7. FUT on an absolute tear right now.
Yeah, DRX struggling here on their defender side. Of course, again, no Sentinel for them, so looking to do a lot of their damage on their attacker side potentially, and they did some, but potentially not enough, as it's a bonus for FUT. And their post plants near impeccable here so far today against 100 Thieves, and now against DRX, still looking really, really strong. And Foxy9, the Bucky.
All right.
Teach me how to Bucky, baby.
This is the budget wisey coming out here. Not quite the judge. Had it for a brief moment. But widely, just given that weapon, he's going to be completely situated here in mid. Tucked away at male. Marshall gets a tap on the one. Buzz. He got another shot. He actually does make a connection there with CNED. And Mako trying to push out a garage. Out of captain. Ready for it. Gets the catch, gets the kill. This is a very awkward position now for Foxy9 because he's got to be worried about that garage approach, but also nothing that he can do from heaven. So now he has to push down to try to get that Bucky to actually be good for something.
Well, if they can keep mid under control, which Flashback is watching it, he can actually just hold this angle, knowing that his back side is going to be safe.
First contact. Get ready to come through. There's the push. Finds one. Nade, but snake bite thrown down. Kind of helps dissuade him from pushing forward to try and get the gun. Boombot going to be cleared out. He's trying for it desperately. Looks like he has been able to reclaim it for himself. So now a Phantom in hand. Heaven not being watched.
30 seconds left.
Gets himself up to that position. Smoke down to potentially try to fake that he is in this spot. Flashback now coming through, and Yenajay makes his presence known. Flashback with a headshot, takes down one. Euro depth even in the 2v1. They want to know where Stax is at.
With how he's been playing today, I would too. No doubt.
Spotted. A monumental task once again set in front of Stax. The trap wire there, cleared, as is the camera. Says 4 bullets ought to be enough. Doesn't get the contact, it doesn't get the kill. Just a bit off on that shot, otherwise would have had Cracks dead to rights. Yenajay, again, finds himself a third elimination in the round, and FUT find themselves up by 2.
Oh, this has been the Yenajay show. Really showing you what a Cypher could do on this attacker side. He's been fantastic. Finding the timings on these lurks, getting set up nicely by the smoke from Mr. Fallen. you know, Foxy did the best he could, and DRX had good coordination to at least set that Bucky up for as much success as possible. But at the end of the day, of course, superior firepower, but also really, really smart play from the side of FUT.
Now the operator in hand here for Buzz, taking a peek over towards A main. Showstopper, CNET going on the hunt, goes a little bit wide and flashback, counter swings out. The managed to find the kill. Buzz gets a shutdown, Yedajay gone. Heavy impact being found, but now Mako going to be taken out of the fray. Captain able to find one, makes the call for them to rotate into B. Says that the way is clear. And this might lead to Buzz having to pop the knives as the plant starts. Up on the floor, Flash getting the contact, Foxy9 sending out the nade, but not before Captain gets the paint shell to try to slow the approach from Ali.
Oh.
Flashback dead on the rotation, Captain not getting flashed, finds the kill on the stacks. Buzz is just nothing more that he can do. It's all on Foxy and he will fall. 2 members left standing, FUT get themselves up to 10.
Just such good awareness here from FUT. Mr. Fall in the IGL showing his smarts by keeping track of these lurks of flashback. And then immediately they're ready for this pressure out of B Heaven. Shutting it down so nicely. Just knowing right where Stax is thinking about landing on the back of that flash. Basically watching it, Buzz. Not much hiding he can do in his own smokes for very long. Eventually shut down.
Considering their options. Saw the flash of a Bucky, a Sheriff, now a Singer here in the hands of Foxy9, just trying to make up his mind.
DRX taking a timeout today?
Nope.
Okay.
Now, Jeremy's doing that thing where he tries to make sure that they can fix things themselves.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just double checking that I...
Or he fell asleep. I'm
yeah.
not sure which one it is.
Oh, no, dude. Damn, dog.
Oh. Buzz spawning there. Base of the ramp. Cracks. Wants to try to push it. Has to maybe use the right click, but now we'll be able to get CNED. At the same time, Mako found Cracks. TP across the map. Mr. Fallen's at B, but Spike's still over here at Sewer.
I'm okay. I mean, I guess. Why not?
I mean, Foxy9 around the corner.
It worked.
Fallen, gonna be good for the kill.
It's fine.
Flashback. He's considering pushing this. On the side of it. Oh, running out of bullets. Stacks. Puts that Guardian. He could use, finds one. In this 2v2. Looks like Mako not going to rotate and try to recover a weapon. I think maybe
hear that.
These Seekers would come into play, but Mako has spotted one.
30
he pieces his
seconds
way
left.
up in towards Mail.
He's able to avoid that camera by doing so.
Fallen's here.
He knows. He's ready.
Smoke in, shoulder showing, Mako dead, now all on Stacks once again, 60 HP.
Spike planted.
Be some pretty clean shots. He's out, noted them both, knows that they're garage side. Flash gets nothing. Does he commit the Seekers here? Just to try to slow them up, to try to have something to absorb some of these bullets. Drops down, takes crunch damage. It doesn't matter either way as the headshot is found. As Yedajay will once again be the finisher on a round. FUT now just 2 away from closing this out and getting themselves a semifinal spot.
Yeah, really taking advantage of kind of the open space that DRX is giving them to get in their back lines, as Mr. Fallen knows he has plenty of time on the clock to work with, even with the spike on the other side of the map, to go through there and go on a runabout and catch him just enough off guard that he gets the kill. And yeah, I mean, FUT looks great. I mean, they haven't dropped around on this attacker side. This is phenomenal. And looking like that FUT we saw earlier today against 100 Thieves, they have reawoken until then.
Okay, Buzz able to find another opening op kill. Didn't lead to a round win for him last time, so we'll see if it can this time around. The orb going to be taking Cracks, gets the Seekers online. Stacks can match in that regard. Smoke dissipates. Mr. Fallen just lurking inside of the garage. Does have the spike. Carrying that one forward. It's the push up here into mid. CNED
I've got your
getting ready to clear the corner. Boombot finally spotting him. Buzz taking a bit of damage, has to back away. Seeker as well. thrown it at him. Flash doesn't quite connect, but CNED able to get the wall bang, takes him down. Mako now in the spot of bother has been noted. Mr. Fallen sending some shots his way, but Mako holds his ground, finds a kill. Showstopper goes out. Foxy9 gives his light for it. Doesn't manage to find cracks. Now CNED gets Mako. Another 2v2, and Yeta J is alive.
It's messy in there. A lot of 1-for-1s. Good trades on both sides. Flashback trying to see if he can identify where CNED is. Now he knows.
Spotted him.
Ooh.
That's okay. Spike isolated.
Spike down, B.
Very snappy from Flashback to find the headshot. Yeta J, he has been delivering time and time again. 4 foot in the previous series as well as in this one now. Can he do it once more? Time is dwindling. Gets the cam set up.
Retrieved the spike.
10
Takes a quick
seconds
peek.
left.
Goes for the tap, but
Team ace.
can't get the Phantom out in time. Op is going to be recovered by Stacks. A team ace for DRX as they finally break the win streak, but there's still so much that they need to do.
Yeah, Buzz there with the opening pick, then gets kind of left out on an island. Up on B. Heaven tries to go up towards the vents there, but shut down. And then Foxy gets the rocket off just in time, just barely. CNED has a nice kill, and then everybody getting involved for DRX. As the slow-mo voice let us know, it was indeed a team ace. Viper's pits for both sides. Economy getting on the brink of disaster for DRX potentially, but plenty of money still for FUT for the next couple rounds.
Okay, off the back of the bite, Mako sends the paranoia. Flash confirming some presence. You have to suspect that it's going to be Yeta J given the cage. Squatting in the corner. Seems like Stacks, he wants to drive him out of here. Gets the concussion. How far does he want to push this? It is going to be a Phantom, but Yeta J actually wins the fight. Stacks gets taken down. It is a 1-for-1. Foxy was there to cover. CNED trying to jump up. Flashback good for 1, but again, another trade. That covering fire is there from both teams. Mako now, maybe trying to push up into the pit to try to catch them off guard. Has the smoke thrown down. How far does he want to push this? Captain Helbert going to be able to find him. Buzz not able to get anything done with the operator. And it's all just Foxy now left standing versus 3 in a pit on the opposite side of the map. FUT look to move up to 12.
I mean, this is just looking so good for FUT. Just loving the way that they play off of each other. They play together. You could see that experience with this squad really showing through. You know, again, their focus today was to try to get CNED more involved. Here on Split, it hasn't looked quite as good as it did previously on Haven, but honestly, I mean, who cares? This team looks really darn good today. Every time there's somebody there to bail you out, there's some kind of crossfire that's being set up, there's some layer to what FUT is doing, and a lot of times DRX is getting caught in these isolated positions where they're getting picked apart here on this defender side.
Yeta J has just been...
He's been woohoo good.
An absolute menace. And just given being concussed, having a Phantom, still getting the kill.
Now you said Phantom, I was like, the Phantom Menace?
We don't talk about such things.
Sometimes I wish I had my phone ready for when I know I'm going to say something dumb.
So you can take a picture of my face.
Yeah, to get the picture of your face when you look at me.
It's just a seething hatred.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. I won't lie. But it feeds me, so it's okay.
Well, what is intense right now is the situation the DRX find themselves in. Need to run back 4 to give us our first overtime of the tournament. Flashback now. Pit invested in mid. Has that Bucky in hand. Just a sheriff for Stacks. 3 Vandals across the other players. Another neural theft built up. Yeta J ready to put that to work.
Let's see if they're going to be able to displace Flashback with that Bucky sitting inside of his pit. It's a lot of awkward weaponry there for him and Stacks. That's going to reveal Buzz's position. Again, Buzz doesn't have a ton of help here. I mean, Stacks is on site, but not really a lot he can do necessarily.
Trailblazer destroyed before it got any information there. And Flashback, I mean, he needs to play forward in the pit. That's why he's going to readjust, gets himself behind the box, but the captain is like, no, I don't think I want to do that.
Mako here to back up Buzz. Oh, Buzz just can't pull the trigger in time.
They're just a little bit off. Jay now creeping forward, getting himself around the corner. The wall comes up. Couple spam shots through. They do take him low. Paranoia now up into heaven. That's going to find Buzz. Flashback. He finally gets his mark. Out Captain going to be taken down. The neural up going to be infested. And Mako, I think he was trying to swing in to try to cancel out the ultimate. Cannot do so. It's just Stacks for the Sheriff. Now taken down. Foxy9, the last one standing. As FUT will not be denied. A rough start for them. But what a run back. Only allowing DRX one round on the defending side of Split. And Yedajay will survive the whole way through. Another 3K here for the Turkish Sentinel Phenom. Closes it out 13-8, and FUT have now earned their way into the semifinals.
What a great attackers side on both maps for FUT today. They look so well coordinated. And Yedajay in particular, you know, you always think about that Cypher on the defender side. Well, he showed you plenty of value to be found as well on that attacker side with that agent. Just think that agent's going to be even better soon for him. And he looked absolutely phenomenal on it.
Somebody who very much needs to be feared. Incredible performance from him as well as the rest of FUT. I mean, Ada Captain, Mr. Fallen, these, you know, foundational players that have been with the Org for a very long time, all having their moments in the limelight, looking incredibly strong. And for DRX, you know, great performances at the beginning.
Yeah.
That we saw out of the likes of Stacks, out of Flashback, out of Foxy9.
Yeah.
Looked very, very clean, very well suited to the Rays in this game. I had my concerns at the beginning, but he very much shut those down.
FUT win. FUT win. And our officially Red Bull home ground 23 semi-finalists. DRX will continue on into the quarterfinals. What a comeback that was, Paper Thin. I mean, including the quals now, this Turkish team haven't dropped a map in a very long time.
They're pretty good. Yeah,
They're
that's
pretty
not
good.
bad. That's not
They're
bad.
pretty good.
You take those. No, I mean, they're really, really good. It's beyond just pretty good. Right now, they're on another level. And I mean, you know, a lot of veteran experience on this team, a lot of players who played across many different international events, whether it be, you know, CNET who's new to the team or the rest of this team who pretty much have played at a global level at some form or another, but Yedajay as well,
Yeah.
coming newly into this team, looking, oh my God, so good.
I mean, it was a bit of a rough champions for both FUT as well as CNET when he was there on Navi. Didn't have as much success as they would have liked. FUT, they had some really rough draws. They had some really rough losses.